Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Funny Things That Happen to Real Estate Agents. I'm your host, Sam Staskal, and joining me tonight is Bill Anderson from Arizona. So let's get started. Hi, Bill.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well. Thanks for just made it.
Are you sweating from running?
No, it worked out okay, and
Okay,
good support staff kind of held me accountable to get on. So that's how it works.
All right. So let's start with a little bit about you. So you and your wife, Kelly, are in real estate together.
We are, yeah. So we got into the industry around 2004.
Okay.
And prior to that, I was in law enforcement in the Phoenix area, and my wife was actually a nurse. So we got into a new career, and we were very fortunate to meet Chuck and Angela Fazio.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of brought us into the industry, and it worked out real well. So that's how we kind of got into it. And it's funny, on our first weekend, I'll never forget it. We called Chuck and Angela. My wife and I were doing an open house, and we told them, "Hey, guys, great news! We got two offers, two separate homes here." And they said, "That's wonderful." I said, "One little problem: we don't know how to write a contract." so literally wrote the contract for us over the phone. So it worked out real wise.
Wow. Yeah, they're an amazing team. I've enjoyed my time talking to them, at least. So It's interesting that you came from law enforcement and military, and your wife was a nurse. So, I mean, this is a total switch for both of you. I mean, that's a huge career change. Mm-hmm. So any regrets?
None.
No, I don't either.
Yeah. No, yeah. Things work for a reason. You know, it's funny. They had something on one of our Facebook questionnaires today, and it says, "Why did you do real estate?" And I said, "Not being shot at. I'm not having to fight." Joking around, so I can deal with folks. It makes it a lot easier. So,
right.
Is my audio echoing? Because I'm hearing
echoing, and I don't know if it's my mic or if it's you.
You know what? Let me turn this off. See if this works better. Is that okay?
Sure. Is that better? I can't hear you. Okay, I don't know what I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Nope, no hearing you. We'll figure this out. Bill left me. I thought he was going to stand me up. I said, please don't do that. I've been stood up before, it sucks. Not for this, though. All right, Bill, you there?
I am.
Okay.
1 second.
I think it might be my mic echoing. Maybe. Okay. I can't hear you now. You were there. Can you talk?
How's that?
Okay, that's better.
Okay, great.
All right. So let's jump into some of your stories. I know I read some that I don't know if you sent them or if your wife sent them, and they're hilarious. Yeah, so it was funny. Of course, like when you get new into business, you don't use your sphere of influence typically is what you'll do. And one of the things that we looked at, and here it is summer, but we went ahead and we did it. We said, hey, we're going to farm this area, which is our, specialized area. And it was a place, a nice area called Ahwatukee. It was South Phoenix area and kind of borders Tempe and Chandler and what have you. And so we lived in that area, and we went ahead and we're going to door knock. Right.
So my wife and I, we hitting the, as we call the pavement, and walking around and just knocking on doors, introducing ourselves, trying to be as relatively as professional as we are, and
And in doing so, it's funny, some of the people you'll meet and what have you. People think you're selling, yeah, I don't know, something to read them something from scripture or to whatever. But the truth of the matter is, yeah, we had one particular house that we went to. Now, keep in mind, we've been out there for like 3-4, I don't know, hours at this point. So we're sweating bullets. It was summer in Arizona.
Right.
So all these cars were out front, and I was like, yeah, I don't care. I'm going to do it. And my wife and I knocked on the door, and they didn't even ask. They just say, hey, come on in, because we're dressed semi-professional, business casual. And they're like, come on in. And so we get inside the house, and we noticed there's quite a few people. We thought, this is like a party or something. But my intent was to meet the owner and potentially, introduce ourselves and maybe get a listing out of it or what have you.
Or introduce yourself to all their friends.
Well, at that point, yeah, of course. So we went ahead and we're inside, and they said, hey, they pointed over at the counter and they said, hey, the drinks are over there. And there's like food over there or whatever, being very nice. And I was like, wow, these people are rock stars. I mean, this is great. So honestly, I had a couple margaritas. My wife, I don't know what she had. And so we're sitting there just shooting a breeze with everybody, just joking around and having a good time.
Yeah.
And finally, and I don't know why it didn't hit, but finally, I had that pause when I was asked the questions. Finally, somebody goes, so, hey, who are you guys with? The bride or the groom side of the family? And I'm like, oh. And at the time I knew we were like, okay, we're not wedding crashers, but we just,
right.
And we didn't even, I didn't connect it. But we told them, we said, neither. I said, we're selling real estate. We wanted to meet you. And they just died laughing. So it was fun. So as it turned out, I mean, we had a really good time with the folks there. We probably stayed there for another 10 minutes after that, and just had a really good time. Went on our merry way and had fun. So yeah, it was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
you could have stayed the whole night. They probably wouldn't have cared at that point.
You know what? At that point, maybe I should have been on the wedding list. At that, if I stayed a little longer. But yeah, we had a really good time, and as it turned out, I mean, not that particular house, but as it turned out, we actually ended up doing quite a bit of business in that area. So just consistent farming and what have you. And that was one of the things that we did.
Yeah. So that was worth it. I'm sure you were the talk of the whole neighborhood.
That's one of many times probably, right. But no, it's funny because, gosh, another time we knocked on the door and the guy opened the door and this dog took off running out the front door, and we're big dog lovers. We have 3 German Shepherds and everything. And Kelly and I looked at each other and we're like, because he's out chasing his dog now, running down the street. And we looked at each other and we said, yeah, we're not going to get this one. So, so just, you got to have fun about it.
Right.
And I think it's a great time because, I think the general populace, they get inundated with, especially in today's society. I mean, COVID, even makes it even more strict, where you're going to, everybody phone call, IM, email, text. We've lost the ability to really communicate one-on-one. And I know it's a lost art to some level. So it's nice to see when you're dealing with someone face to face, you can read their body language. You can see really what are they passionate about. I'm not that good of an actor. So, and that's how I view it. So if you can tell someone is really sincere about what they're doing, you can read that. An email's not going to tell you that.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like I've done a lot of Zooms with, since my video went viral, I've been doing a lot of Zooms with people all across the country, and even in other countries. And it's just, I hate cold calling people, but if I could get them on a Zoom so they could see my facial expression and, then it's a good time and we all have fun, as long as we can see each other and we can, relate to each other better that way. So I think there's something to be said about seeing and hearing somebody, because otherwise it can be misunderstood through text or email or anything like that.
So true. So true. Yeah. Any husband will contest that is accurate.
Only she meant it.
Yeah. I'm like, that's not what I meant. Well, that's what I said.
That's what you said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, but that's not what I meant.
Yeah. So what else has happened to you too? Anything?
Yeah. So, I mean, gosh, I remember one time we were um, low in a listing. We were at a listing appointment, and you got to understand, we have a lot of fun. I just this job is fun to me. It really is. And so we were at a listing appointment in this beautiful home, and my wife he's giving us a tour of the house. We're looking to potentially list it.
Yep.
And my wife's at the top of the stairs and literally slips and goes from the very top all the way down on her rear end out of the stairs. And the seller's like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you okay?" My wife turns around. She goes, "Well, the bill wouldn't have pushed me." And I'm like, "I didn't touch her," So we didn't get that listing. I don't who to
You
who to
didn't
call.
get it?
No,
Probably because he thought you were a liability.
I don't. Maybe.
Oh,
But-
your wife sounds just like me. I go down the stairs all the time.
But no, we have fun. We feed off each other too,
Yeah.
like any other couple. We've been married 30 plus years, and
Wow, that's great. So do you guys do all of the business together, or do you guys sometimes you're always together?
well, yes and no. That's clear, right? So it has boundaries. It has boundaries because, like anything else, I mean, you know what? Relationships should be number one. And so, with that being said, she is extremely, very, very good and versed from just her mindset of contracts, holding accountability to ensuring things are done.
Yep.
The administrative side, she's honestly the glue that keeps things behind the scenes really clean. If you haven't guessed, I'm the communicator, the negotiator. Sometimes if I have to get a little firm, I will deal with that with the other party if I have to, and quite frankly, even my clients. But I would say 90% of our business is repeat business, and for those who know me and my wife, what you see is what you get with us. And I am very transparent. I'm very to the point. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. And does that please everybody? No. But there's never a doubt that they do not know that we have their best interest at heart and we're there for them. Mm-hmm. And so that means a lot to me. I take this career field very, very serious, as my wife does. And that's what we try to do, is give the best results as possible. And I like to see other agents do the same thing. And you do it as well. So well, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, we can all do this job great, and and it's a huge milestone for people buying a home, because it's one of the largest investments.
Right.
But that doesn't mean we can't have fun while we're doing it.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to. You can be serious, but still be fun. And I think that's what I try to bring to the table is that I know this is stressful. Let's have a few laughs. We'll get through this. And just be more lighthearted about it to keep them, their nerves down. Because I mean, it's a big decision, especially in this market. Buyers don't have time to think, so they're relying on your expertise, and they're relying on, it's stressful. So it's nice to just provide the humor and be lighthearted to make them feel more at ease and like your friends,
Yeah, and it's funny. I mean, I sometimes I get in trouble with my wife. They have dogs on their property, and it says now they have a dog and they're in the back. So my wife's real quiet, opening the door, and I'll sneak it behind her and give her the, right in front of the client. She jumps and says a couple. She's from Jersey, so I'll let you fill in the gaps. What she's going to say, right?
Right.
So a couple choice words, and the clients they think it's funny, at my wife's expense. She doesn't. we just have fun, and but it has its challenges some days. But so you just have to know those boundaries, and sometimes we just have to say, okay, today's one of those days. You do your thing, I'll do mine,
right?
And
I got this one by myself.
Yeah. So, but that's okay. When it comes crunch time, we're there, and we never forget who we work for, and and of course that's the client. But yeah, it's really, like I said, I was not joking about it when I said it. I mean, I'm being in law enforcement, people ask me, how did you and your wife get to a level of you were doing this success? And I said, it's easy. I enjoy this. I have a sense of normalcy now.
Right.
Because in law enforcement, you only deal with the negative of circumstances.
Right.
Sorry, I have 3 German Shepherds here. You probably
That's
hear
right.
them in the background. Now I'm dealing with people who are looking to promote their best interests and dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And to be a part of that is really an awesome experience and responsibility as well. Right. So it's a different polar opposite, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it is. It's more of a feel good moment for everybody involved, when it goes successfully and it goes well, and those people are usually grateful. They might have thought you were paying the whole process, but in the end, when you close, they're so appreciative of you helping them and helping it come true. And even when you're dealing with somebody that's downsizing, or maybe they have to sell for, a sad reason, it's still, they're still appreciate it. Where I can imagine in law enforcement, most people didn't appreciate what you did.
No. Some did.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some circumstances, yes, but like you said, generally it would be a negative experience. It wouldn't be a positive.
Unfortunately,
buying a home is a positive.
Yeah. We've had some clients. I mean, we just closed a deal last week. It was very challenging. There was a language barrier, and I can't go into too many details, but a cultural difference and language barriers, and they really wouldn't even work with my wife. And so I had to do that one and do it quite firmly. And so you just need to know your audience and what hat to wear and how to approach it. Another thing, we've done things where we work right now. We get another contract. What is it? Monday we just got another one done, and this is like I think our 4th or 5th contract we wrote on this family of being buyers in an aggressive market.
Yeah.
And they were about ready to throw their hat. I mean, they would say, "Hey, forget it. We're just going to rent. Well, we can't deal with this." I said, "No, you're not."
Yeah.
And I said, "No, you're not. You're not going to give up on me because I'm not giving up on you." I said, "We're going to do this." I said, "You think it's bad now? Wait till next year, or wait." I said, "You're going to get into it." And they're like, "Okay, all right, I trust you," and that means a lot to me. It really does. And so they reached out to my wife and I, and we'll give them time to think about it. And they reached out, and we got it accepted. And she just sent us the nicest text. She goes, "Guys, thanks for never giving up on me."
Right.
I said, "No, we won't." So
I think in this market too, sometimes they feel like they're wasting our time because their offers aren't getting accepted. And it's not their fault. It's just it's so competitive right now. I'm just going to show you a comment somebody said about you that you have a good radio voice.
Oh, well, thank you.
You wanted to change careers again, although you said you might be starting a podcast. So I guess that'll be your radio voice. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Terry. I thank you. I thank you. Get a shout out to Terry.
Right. As we do the top 40 countdown for the week.
Yeah. Bill Anderson, bringing you the top 40.
It's great.
No, we'll have fun.
We're on to something.
Yeah. No, it's like I shared with you earlier. I mean, I tell you, I got the biggest amusement out of seeing yours, and my wife showed me.
Yeah.
We were actually laying it down, getting ready to retire for the evening, and she goes, "Bill, you got to see this video." And of course, it was you and falling down, and just the hysterical, humorous, outgoing laugh was so infectious. It was like, oh my God. So we were in stitches.
Yeah.
You had us dying.
I was in stitches too.
I know. I saw it.
I couldn't even get it back. I couldn't even reel myself in from that one. That was
good stuff. That was good stuff. And that's so much life. I'm just trying to think of some other stuff. We just, I could tell you so many stories, but I mean, we showed clients, and it was funny. Some of them asked me, and I would say, "Hey, I got to sell some homes." They're like, "Well, aren't you guys running?" I said, "I know." I said, "But you know what?" I said, "My part-time job working at Chunkendale's just isn't paying off." And I said, "I gotta get in there, and I gotta make some more money." And and they look at me all serious. I go, "I'm Chunkendale's, not Chippendales. It's Chunkendale's."
Oh, Chunkendale's. I wasn't calling you chunky.
Yeah. So no. I have fun with them, and but when it comes crunch time, it's all business.
Right.
So
yeah, I'm capable of being serious too. I just choose not to. If I don't have to. Yeah.
It's more fun that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but we've been blessed. I mean, we have a team now too, the Anderson Elite team, and we've been really blessed along the years. And my wife and I mean, if someone said this industry when you went to real estate school said it has an 87% failure rate, fallout rate, give or take,
in the first year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a very good promo, is it?
No, it's not.
They're not selling me.
Yeah.
So 13% success rate. I could play baseball and have better odds.
Right.
So we're proud of this. So we devised and came up with a team 3 years ago after being in the industry this long, and we contemplated about it, and we did. And I'm happy to say 100% of our agents have been with us for a year or more are all multi-million-dollar producers.
Nice.
And it's just about teaching the basics in the 101 and customer service. We could have named it anything. We could have named it ABC. We could have named it Saguaro. We could have named it Arizona. We named it after our last name on purpose because there was conviction, there was accountability, and a reputation involved. And we said, that's what we're going to do, is bring that with our name. And that's what we've done. So we've been blessed. It's been a great career.
How many agents are on your team?
Five right now. Yeah. We've had some that have gone on and moved on to their own, doing extremely well and what have you. And we've been at EXP for 10 months now. 10 months. And of course, part of that, as I told you, I'm always I'm Chuck's little thorn in that thorn in the side, but I'm a shadow because him and Angela, we always go where they pretty much go, is what we're going to be.
Yeah.
So their Revelations part of that, and West USA part of that. So.
Yeah. I'm definitely glad that I met them. I think couples that can work together and be so passionate in the business, and be together all the time and survive. They say that couples that build a house, usually get divorced soon after. At least that's what I've heard, because they fight constantly about it, that if you can work together and spend that much time together, I don't think I like anybody that much that I want to spend all that time with.
No. I think the balance. Now, is your husband also in real estate?
Boyfriend. No, he's not.
Boyfriend.
No.
Okay, your boyfriend is, though.
He's not in real estate, no.
Oh, okay.
No, that's me.
So, I just think there's a balance, and I would love to tell you I knew where it was at times, because there's not a textbook answer. I think every individual and every individual relationship has that answer, and for us, it has its dynamics, it has its challenges, but you know what? You just have to know them. I know we were talking today. We're going to try to go out and spend the day together, and just her and I, and we say turn our phones off, but ask me how that works. But restrict the mood. We'll have them transferred over to our daughter. She actually works for us as well. And, and things like that. So you just have to set aside that quality time and do some things. Yeah. I coach football as well for my son. It keeps me going.
Wow.
I have an 11-year-old. It's funny. The joke is, I have a 35, a 32, and an 11-year-old, and people are like, I said, it's a damn tequila. Don't ever do this again. So
that's a big stretch. Holy cow. Well, good for you.
No, that's what I always tell them. I said, damn tequila.
Yeah. I know my youngest is 5, and I thought I was done with kids before he came along, and he's a blessing in his own way, but it sure is a struggle most days.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking with me. It's been great to meet you, and I hope to eventually, when I make it out to Arizona, we can meet up.
I would very much enjoy that. My wife and I would really honor the chance to be able to meet you in person, and I appreciate what you're doing here. I mean, this is a great. Anybody who's wanted to hear about this industry and what you're bringing here as far as the humor aspect of it, and something that can be really, really dynamically and emotion charged. What you're doing is good stuff. So I thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, Bill.
All right. But bye-bye.
Bye. All right, that's it for this week's episode. I hope you'll join us again next week, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time for our next episode. And if you have a funny story and you're in the industry, please reach out to funnythingsre@gmail.com. Or if you're already in the industry, or maybe you're thinking about getting into real estate, now is a great time to jump in. You can reach out, and if you want to do like a strategy call or a Zoom or anything, you can reach out to me and my business partner, and we'd be happy to set up a time to meet with you. And you can send your message to samstaskalsells@gmail.com, and we can set it up. So, well, until next week, have a good week.